But how would you know that, though? How would
Because
you
I
know
had a
that?
feeling.
A feeling?
I had a feeling.
All right, so here's the deal. So NTE flew 6 of us out for a 3-day event, and it was called Prison Island. Yeah, I went to prison for 3 days. It was horrifying. And the only way out was to make 10 million funds as a group, which honestly sounds simple, right? Well, yeah, about that. There was an imposter among us, a guard pretending to be one of us. And their entire job was to sabotage us and make sure that we don't escape. Like have the guards throw challenges at us or spend their funds secretly, you know, money laundering, or turn us against each other, which happened a lot.
Because both of us more than you. Braxton, more than you.
Me, Braxophone, Fobmaster, Genizod, Celebi, and Julia walked into prison, and the question was, who wouldn't make it out? It was if any of us could. Yeah, and spoiler, yeah, it didn't go well, bro. So day 1, we all start with 0 fawns, and we're all in prison in the game. And my brain starts to think, okay, how do I get out of here as fast as I can so I can start making them fawns, bro? First thing I did was the glitch to escape. I jumped up onto the fence, walked really carefully along the fence, and made it out super quick.
Yes. Can't hold me back.
Because my thought process was, okay, I just need to get out of here as quick as I can to start making money while others are just wasting their time, you know, with their sentences. But the dirty thing that I did was I went to the wishing screen and I started wishing because the account was maxed out. So I just started pulling, going, getting nanily after nanily after nanily, because this was the plan, not to get the character, but to then transfer the currency we were getting from the banner into fawns. Now the problem was like, oh wow, this challenge is gonna be so easy. Fob got like 10 million in 5 minutes. He did the same exact thing. And the guards caught wind of that and took away millions of his fawns and then banned us from doing that. So that kind of set us back a little bit. But that's okay, because we're criminals and we think on our feet. We're thinking on our feet. I had to pivot. So what did I do? Well, I started grinding the legitimate business way. I did the weekly hobbies, you know, like racing, fishing, working. And I was bouncing around between activities, you know, just doing my thing, earning fawns like a legitimate citizen. And low-key, fishing was my favorite. I felt like I was getting more fawns doing that, and it was the easiest and quickest way to do it. Until the guards came into my room, hit me with tic-tac-toe, which I lost.
500,000?
How do you even lose that tic-tac-toe, bro? But I was banned from fishing for the rest of the day, so that's great. And then on top of that, the guards decided to give us all a challenge. They put us in prison, and we had to escape the fastest. The loser, the last one out of prison, had some sort of punishment. I don't even know what it was, but I think it was like eating like gruel or something. So you know what I did? This is what my thought process was. Okay, I'll pay the measly 30,000 fawns to get out in like 5 seconds to save time so that I could go back to working and making those fawns up plus more, while everyone else was wasting their time in prison. Which is funny because that instance is what people started to use as an argument for me being the imposter later down the road. But we'll get there, I guess. So then I kept doing my anomalies, you know, racing, endgame content, which I built my characters for. And honestly, it was a lot of fun. But then we took a break and I came back to find out that the entire group thought I was the imposter.
Sounds suspicious. So what have you guys bought in the game?
Well, some of these guys been buying a lot of stuff.
And you know who was leading all these arguments? Julia. And it worked because she has a really good personality and she's a very nice lady. But people believed her. And then for some reason, everyone was against me. And I thought that's something the imposter would do. That's very smart. But no one believed me. And the craziest part was at that moment, I was one of the highest earners. So this really made no sense to me. But the end of the day was nearing. And funny enough, I didn't realize we all made 13 million fawns collectively. And the warden was not happy. And so we thought we were free to go from this hell. And then the warden smacks us with new rules. Rule number 1 to getting out alive, we had to make 50 million fawns. Yeah, that's like impossible to do. Second, 4 out of the 6 prisoners had to complete all of their anomalies. And some of those anomalies are hard. And then third, We had to all guess the imposter correctly. And I'm telling you right now, I was not the imposter, but everyone thought I was. So even if we got the first two, the third one, if we got that wrong, we still lose. I ended the day with 3.2 million fawns after having 1.5 million taken away from me earlier with the guards. But overall, I think we were on a good pace. We could definitely hit the fawn count if we all worked together. That didn't really happen. Now, day 2 rolls around and I'm sweaty, I'm tired because I was sitting there for 10 hours straight and we had to do it all over again for 2 more days. But this time the guards were not messing around. My plan of action was to just lock in on the anomalies and do all of them so that I wasn't one of the 4 that was lacking, you know, because I kind of wanted to win. But low key though, the anomalies are probably one of my favorite things in NTE now. Like the boss fights are really cool. A standout one was like the whale that you have to fight with a pool of blood. There was a mannequin one, which I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't know who created that puzzle. It was the worst thing in the world, but also one of the coolest things. Make sure you use a guide for that, especially the piano part, unless you're some like musical genius. But even then, Braxophone literally went to college for music and it took him about 20 minutes to do that part alone. Oh, and the blueprint one was actually really cool too, because it actually changes the perspective of the world to climb up the tower. So yeah, the anomalies, honestly, low-key, one of my favorite parts of the game. And after grinding for hours, I finally finished all of them. So I was safe. But people still thought I was the imposter. You know why? Because after doing that, we got paired up into groups of 3 and we were supposed to do the pink paw heist and see who can get the most. Now, I'm gonna be real with you. I have skill issue. I was just opening up the small little drawers trying to get the money, when in reality, there's actually a strategy to it, and I didn't know that. So I ended up with the least amount made on our team, which then gave them ammo to think I was throwing and that I'm the imposter.
You are the imposter, bro. Like, you are trying to, like, put bad ideas in our heads.
I'm trying to empower you right now. I'm trying to be your right-hand man.
Holy gaslight,
I feel like
And apparently I had sus vibes. Bro, I don't even know. It was just stacked up against me for some reason. I was legit getting bullied for 3 days. And I thought I left that behind in 2nd grade. I'm 31 now, by the way. But I was honestly genuinely scared because if people thought I was the imposter, in the end, even if we did the anomalies and hit the 50 million, it wouldn't matter. We're going to maximum security prison. I was a little nervous because we started getting interrogated one by one. And I was told by the guards that everyone thought it was me.
Honestly, everyone thinks it's me, and I'm starting to kind of go crazy, and I might think it's me.
And the reasons were the vibe was just off, bro. Like, that doesn't make any sense. I threw in Pink Paw Heist, which I countered with skill issue. But then they said, that's not a good excuse. You can't be that bad at the game. While Julia kept saying she was bad at the game, but it made sense for her. Oh, and then using the fawns to escape prison, which I already had said. It saved me time. I made it back tenfold. But to them, their brains, it just wasn't computing. It was like talking to a wall. But then came the IRL challenges. Now, this is probably some of the most fun I had in prison. That sounds so wrong when I say that. And we had to pretty much pick games to play against the guards. And here's what happened. Celebi picked Connect 4. She won. Great, you picked an easy game. That makes sense. Braxophone picked chess. Again, Braxophone picked chess. Chess? Well, you could pick checkers. You picked one of the hardest games, and he lost, by the way. He threw. But no one was like, oh, that's sus, no. But then it was my turn. So then I picked the one game that I'm really good at, especially when I'm drunk. And if I'm good at it while I'm drunk, I'm gonna kill it while sober. Jenga. Now my hands were shaking like a leaf, and it didn't help that Julia was yelling at me in my ear trying to throw me off, and then others were also doing the same thing.
Oh my god, he's shaking. This is the first vlog. What are you doing? Stop.
Why would you try to throw me off? I'm on your team. But anyway, one after another, I picked probably the worst piece I could have picked on that Jenga tower, and it was tight in there, bro. So I just had to keep tapping it super slowly. And after a while, it kind of came out. But the guards got impatient, and they gave me a 60-second timer. With 10 seconds left, I don't know how I did this, bro. That was probably the most hypest Jenga moment in my entire life. My peak in my career of Jenga. And then naturally the guard lost because he picked a bad piece and, well, it all toppled over. So I was pretty proud of myself, but people still thought I was the imposter. So that wasn't even good enough for them. But at the end of day 2, we had 20 million fawns collectively. 4 out of 6 of us had the anomalies done, but the biggest problem, people still thought I was the imposter. All right, so the final day, no room for error. We had 30 million fawns to make in 10 hours. Honestly, I had pretty much done everything I could in the game, so I just went back to the regular grind of my cafe, fishing, racing, deliveries, Uber driving, which by the way, throughout the 30 hours of this challenge, apparently I'm a really bad driver. I swear I don't hit pedestrians often when I drive IRL, okay? Only when they get in my way. But that doesn't matter. Then we had an IRL challenge. But this one I did not expect because we had another prisoner come in to teach us how to make prison food.
What's up, y'all?
I'm gonna be honest with you guys, never in my life did I ever think I would be in a room learning how to make prison food, like actual prison food. First up, he was teaching us how to make taffy. And low key, he added like Coke and creamer and like water. It was weird, but it tasted. And then he taught us how to make some really crazy drink. I forget what it's called. Bamboozle, toilet wine. I don't know, bro. But that was weird because it had a cinnamon jawbreaker and coffee beans and like water. You got to mix it and put soda in it. I tasted it and
What's crazy is, whoa, man, prison ain't that bad because that's Boston.
yeah, that shit was disgusting. But then we got split into pairs of 2. And of course, it's the funny part. I got Julia, and I thought we made a good team, honestly. I was mixing, you know, doing my thing while she had to break apart the cinnamon gumball jawbreaker thing, and she beat the living shit out of this thing like it owed her money, bro. It was like I was watching Sopranos live on ice. It was crazy. And I was like, you know what? I know not to get on her bad side. Well, we made our drink. It still tasted disgusting, but we lost. Well, technically, we got in 2nd place. Which honestly, I didn't think was fair because they were ranking by the taste. Taffy versus our horrible toilet water drink. We were bound to not get 1st place, but you know, at least we didn't get last place. So I'll take that as a win. But then we had one final IRL challenge, blackjack, where we got to bet as many fawns as we wanted at hands of blackjack. Gave him a chance. And oh man, that was scary. Julia apparently did not know how to play blackjack and was betting a crazy amount.
So we're gonna have to bet more. 6 more.
What?
Whoa.
We have to. Hit it.
Oh, man.
Perfect money.
And somehow we won 5.5 million fawns. I don't know how we got out of that, but we did.
We have about an hour left.
And then there was one last hour. Yeah, I've been doing this for 29 hours at this point. I was dripping in sweat. I have not watched this yet, so I'm putting this back on a couple of days later and yeah, that's but we had one final hour and we used that hour not to make more fawns. No. We were all on a Discord call fighting each other.
4 game, and now you're
I know,
trying
that's
to
why
make
I'm
it
saying, Juliet.
me.
No, I'm not saying
Yes, there's
I'm not-
3
I'm not saying
imposters.
it's
All
you.
3 of
I'm not
us
saying it's
are
you, Julia,
imposters, and we
because
all
if-
threw it.
Guess
But how
what?
would you know that though? How would
Because
you
I
know
had a
that?
feeling.
A feeling.
I had a feeling.
That was a great use of our time, actually. And the entire time I'm trying to fight and
it's
like
Julia
tell
or
them why
Fawn,
I
I'm
think
leaning
it's
more towards
Julia.
Fawn.
She was blaming others for betting our fawns with chance, but then she would do it and it was okay. She also made the least amount of fawns. And yeah, even though she was a new player, literally by day 3, you have barely broken 1 million fawns. Come on. Really? And she was honestly the loudest voice. And that's always a tell.
Hey, don't bring my fawns into it because I caught up.
Hold on, I'm checking the.
If she was smart, she would have just been quiet. She would have just been like Celebi, actually. Funny thing, Braxophone told me that he was gonna vote for me to be the imposter, but then as I was crashing out on this Discord call,
30, 40K. How many fawns have you made? Not as much as me.
I was actually so angry. He was like, I have never seen Doro angry. I believe him. Classic Doro crash out. And look, I wish I could tell you that this is where I had my redemption arc, that this is where the story ends, and everyone believed me. No.
You guys ready?
Okay.
So the first vote goes to, oh my god,
Myself.
Celebi. Second vote
Put
goes
myself up
to
there.
Doro.
That's cute.
That's Fob's handwriting, by the way.
The third vote goes to Julia. Fourth vote goes to Doro.
Whoa, that's mad. Okay.
The fifth vote goes to what? Celebi.
Whoa. Okay.
What? This is the last one. Okay. If Celebi or Doro did it, they're deemed the imposter.
And the Oscar goes to.
The last vote and the deciding vote is Doro.
Oh my God.
We're cooked. We're cooked.
Whose handwriting is that, by the way?
It's
Wow. Julia just smirked like she got away with murder. You guys know who I voted for. Also, why did Julia just flee the scene? Where is she? She's not at her desk. Where did she go?
Oh, hello there.
I knew it! I knew it! I told you!
Wow, look at that. Wow, Doro. Wow, wow, wow. Thank you so much for taking the fall from me.
So welcome.
Thank you.
Chat, I'm going to be going to maximum security prison now, apparently. Can you spare me?
No.
Why not?
No.
Why not?
You come with me.
We had such a good time.
That fishing didn't do nothing for you. Let's go.
So we lost the challenge. Even though we hit the 50 million, we still guessed. Well, okay, I did not guess wrong. I wrote Julia, but they guessed wrong, and we lost. And man, I am still so angry about it. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I literally knew it was her from day one. I had called it, and I felt like my logic made sense, but I guess it didn't. But yeah, this 3-day event was absolutely insane. I was sweating. I was tired. I played more NTE than probably the devs at this point. I don't know. And I'm stuck in prison. So that's great. It was nice knowing you guys. Fun event, and hope to do it never again. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. It was a really fun event. Thank you to NTE for flying me out to go to prison for 3 days. That was great, I guess. But anyways, I'll catch you guys at the next one once I get out of prison. You know what? At least the food was really good.